Hey guys, I welcome you all to this training. In this training, we are going to design this very website, an Asian restaurant website. So this is how it's going to look. So we have the section here, which is the header, and we have a banner here, which contains some text and the button. So if you scroll down, we have another section here. So we also have another section here that displays the services that we offer, the breakfast, the lunch, the dinner, and so on and so forth. So we have another section here for reservation. If you want to have any reservation, just come here, select the day, select the hour, your name, and so on. So also we have another section here to download the application, and the featured food section. So and also the blog post section, this section. So here we have a sign up section for the newsletter, and finally we have the footer. So from here we can say that this website are in sections. Firstly, the header, the banner, and so on and so forth. So we want to design this website. So we are going to design it section by section. So firstly, we are going to start with the header. But before that, we need to create a folder for our file. So let us create a folder on the desktop. What should we name it? Let's name it, let's say Victory, as the name implies. So open that folder with the VS Code. So after opening the VS Code, we are going to have create a file that will serve as our home page, which is the index.html file. So click on a new file, save it. Inside that same Victory folder, so name it index.html. So that will serve as our home page. So we need to generate our boilerplate, which has document type, the HTML, the head, and the body. So this is our page for now. So let us just write something here to display to the browser. Victory. So since I'm using a local server, so you can just left click and open with live server rather. Open with live server. So it's going to display this website for us. So this is the website for now, and this is what we want to create. So firstly, let us go by the title of the website, Asian Restaurant or Victory Restaurant. So this title will be shown right here. So the next thing is we have the header. So before designing anything, let us just have a structure for everything. Let us do the comments. So here we have a header. So after the header, we have all these sections, and all these sections are the main section. Then lastly, we have the footer down here. So after the header, we are going to have the main section. So these are just comments just to lay out my work. And finally, we have what? The footer section. So now let us start by building the header first. So looking at the header, if you look at the header, it has two sections. This first section for the name of the restaurant, this is Victory, and the second section for the what? For the navigation links, home, our menus, and so on and so forth. So to create the header tag, we have a tag called header. So inside this header, I want to have a container. If you look at everything here, you can see that all the contents are centered. They did not touch the edges of the browser. So if you can see this line right here. So if you scroll down, you can see everything, they are aligned. You see? So to achieve that, we do have something like container. That is under each section. The first tag, the first element that we're going to have will be a container for that section. So container. So this is going to create a div for us. A div of container. So if you look at the website, you won't see anything yet because we have not added any content. So inside this container now, we have, just like I said, we have two sections, the top and the bottom. So let us just lay out this header, top section, and the what header bottom section. Just for us to understand, that's why I'm using comments. So header top section, let us have a div of class of header top. So inside this header top, let me have an h1 for this victory. So inside this header top, we have h1 tag for victory. And inside this header bottom, which is the bottom area here, we have the navigation, right? We are going to design this by the nav link, and inside the nav we are going to have another list. How many navs do we have? 4. So li, inside each li we are going to have an anchor tag. Are you getting it? So for the home, so this will go to the index page .html. So let us copy and paste that 4 times. So the second one will be our menus. The third one will be blog entries. And the last one will be what? Contact us. So let us rename this to menus blog. So this is how our website looks for now. So let us start with styling the website. Firstly, we need to create a CSS file. So and after that, we are going to link it with our HTML file. So come here, just give it any name. I'm going to give it styles.css. So I'm going to link it inside my head tag right here. So your CSS file, the link of your CSS file will be inside this head tag. So we use a link tag for that, and the name of the file is stars.css. To test that this thing is working, so just come here, just give it any star, just to test whether it's working. So if we come here, you can see that we've successfully linked our CSS with our HTML file. So let us start with styling. Firstly, we have some major styling that we need to do. We are going to start with asterisk, and this asterisk is going to select all the elements. So we need to select the after and also the before pseudo class. So firstly, we need to set the margin for everything to be 0, then the padding for everything to be 0, and the box sizing also to be border box. So this little code will reset all the margin and the padding that we have on each of the elements. So let me move this one to this side. So now we have our header. So let us firstly style our header. Give it a background color. Background color. I've already copied an hexadecimal code. So there we go. We have the background color like this. So after that, we have 2 sections, the first one and the second one. So the first one here is our header top. So we want it to look like something like this. So before that, we need to set our container so that our container is going to have a specific width. So we have a class of container here, and to call a class of container inside our CSS file, we use what? We use dot, right? To call it dot container. So we want to set the width of that container. Let us set it to 50. Let me say just 10% for us to view it on the website. Or let me give it a background color so that we are going to a visible color. So this is the container. So we want that container to maintain the middle section. So let us assume I want to give it a width of 90% or 95%. Let me use 90%. So this is our container now. So I want to centralize that container. I want it to maintain the center of my page. So to do that, we are going to apply a margin of left and right to be auto. Auto means automatic. So it's going to select a margin for itself, for the container rather. So we have a margin left, auto, and also the second one will be margin right. Just as you can see. So this is now the margin for the left side, and this is the margin for the right side. As you can see that this has been centralized on my page now, just like we have it here. You can see the content, the area for that header is here, the container of the header. So now, to align everything here, you can see the victory is at the center here. So you can apply text aligned to the header. So we have everything has been centralized now. So after that, this victory section, it has a margin at the top and margin at the bottom. So in that section, we did it with header top, right? This is the section, victory, inside the header top. So that header top now, we can select it, come here, dot header top, since it is a class name. So you can give it a margin top of, let's say, 20 pixels, and a margin bottom that is at the top and at the bottom of 20 pixels each. Or let us go by padding instead of margin. So that's going to give us an inner space. You can see the padding has been added at the top and at the bottom. So we can let me increase it to, let's say, 30. You can see. Can you visualize that? Good. So looking at this top section, it has a little border here. Can we also do that? So this is the border. So to add that, we are going to come down here and say border bottom 1 pixels solid, and the hexadecimal code is hash D8DEED. So let us view that first. So there we go. Let me remove the background color of the container. So there we have it. As you can see. So now we are done with the header. Only the remaining thing is just the font. So we are going to get to that later. So now let us start with the nav. I want it to look like this right here. So firstly, we need to disable all these bullets thing. So this is the nav. So we have it nav. We want to use a descendant selector. So we want to select all the UL that has a parent of nav. So that will be nav space UL, which means the unordered list. So from there, we have a CSS property of list style, and you set it to none. This will remove the bullets, as you can see. So the bullet has been removed. So the next thing is for us to make it to align, to be on a straight line, to align it horizontally. So and to do that, we need to set a, let's say, display flex on the UL, as you can see. So after that, we need to add some gap in between the each of the elements. So let us add a gap of, we can say, I want to define a width for it. Let us say a width of 50%, for example. So this will take a 50%. Let me give it a background color so that we can see it. Background color. So as you can see, it's the nav now takes the 50% of the size of these the UL rather. The UL takes the 50% of the nav of its parent. You know, UL is the child, so the parent is the nav. So now we've set this nav, this UL, to have a width of what? 50%. Do we get that? So now to put everything here on the center, you can use margin right and left. You set it to auto. And also from the right, margin right to auto. So I think this will centralize it. Good. I'm making progress there. So the next thing is to design all these now one by one. So after this display flex, we can have a justify content. So we want to space them evenly. So it will create an equal space between all the navs. So from here, the space that is here is the same thing as the space that is here, is the same thing as the space that is here. Are we getting that? So let us now add some padding to the anchor tag. You know these are anchor tags. So let us now add some padding to that anchor tag so that it's going to give us some space. So, and to select that, we can say nav, or let's start from UF, LI and A. We understand this selector is a descendant selector. So let us add a padding to it, a padding of let's say 30 pixels. Let me display and line block so that the padding will work. So we need to set that thing to a display inline block so that the padding will work on all the region, that is the top, the bottom, the left, and the right. Without that, the padding won't work. It will only work on the right and the left. Let me just comment this, for example. You can see. So let me give it a background color so that we'll be able to visualize what is happening. So background color, blonde green, for example. You can see the padding added, but it does not show very well. So we need to set it to an inline block element so that it's going to maintain that the area that it belongs to. Can we now see it? So if we want to click on this home, we can click on any area on this green color. So if you click on this, it will go to home. Because of that padding, we have extended the size. So we have extended the size of each of the anchor tags. Are we getting something?
Yes.
So after that, so we need to remove the underline thing here. So to do that, we use what? We use text decoration. So to what? To none. So that will remove the underline. So now let us change the color and the transformation. So we want to make it to be an uppercase, just like this. And that is all in capital letters. So and to do that, come here to give it a color. So write color, not columns. Sorry, color. Ash. Good. So after that, we have a property that is called text transform to change the text from the flow that is before to an uppercase flow. So this will change everything to uppercase, as you can see right here. So let us make some adjustments here so that everything will fit in. Just give this a 60. So let us give it a size, let me say a font size of 13 pixels, for example. I think that's okay like that. So let me leave this as 50. Okay. So I think everything looks good now. So let me now remove the background color that we have before. I think we are trying. So the only thing is just the fonts. So let us now go to fonts.google.com to grab some fonts. So I want to grab 2 fonts for now. The first font is this Roboto. So you click on it. So select the one that you want. I want the regular one, 400. I also want the light of 300. So let me get the medium of 500. So that's the first one that I want. So the second one, let me browse for another font. I want Spectra. So you can use any font that you want. So this is the Spectra that I want, the first one. Let me go for light 300 italics. So add that. So after you've added everything, you come here, scroll down. So you copy this link and you paste it on your HTML file in the head area, this area. So you come, let's say after the title, paste it there. So let me put some comments. Google Forms. So this is my custom CSS. Styles. So now to use that font, for example, now I want to add the font on my this header, the name of the restaurant, Victory. So and that Victory is at header top H1, right? So let's grab that header top. Let us come down here after the header top here. Put a dot, header top H1. That is, I want to reference the H1 that I want to add the fonts to. So I want to add the font of Spectral to it. So you come here, scroll down. It will give you the CSS rule that you're going to use. So this is the second. It is the second one here. So you copy it, go back and paste it there. So as you can see right here, it has changed. So let me select a lighter font, I think. Or let me set the font width. I think it's okay like that. So let me now give it a font size. Let's go by 44 pixels to increase the size. I think it's okay now. If you can see the margin here, the padding here is becoming too much. So I can reduce the padding. That is the padding on the top here and the bottom. So you can come straight to the header top, the padding here. So you can change it to, let's say, 20. Let's see how it goes. I think it's okay like that. Okay. This one is bold. Okay. Let me comment this and see how it looks. It's too bold. I think it's okay like that, right? So for the navs now, I want to change the font family to Poppins or Roboto rather. So you come here, copy it. So you know these navs, they are built with an anchor tag. So we have it. These the links. As you can see. So to reference this, you've already referenced it right here. So you just go down, paste it there. As you can see, it has changed. So this is how it looks now. I think we are okay by this. So now we are done with the header aspects.